Hi everyone, Eric Nelson here once again, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. For today, I am back with another book review on Theresa Marie Beyer's Live Your Life. Now, before I get into this review, I would like to bring up a similar book that I had read and reviewed back in early of 2014. I believe it was in March of last year. So if you want to go through my through my channel and just have a look at it, it's called No One's Daughter Book Review, and it's written by a wonderful author named Jasmine Bath. And I wanted to bring up that book first because it was the first one. It wasn't the first biography that I read, but it was the first biography that dealt with a lot of, that had a childhood that no one should have, and a young adulthood that no one should have either, especially if it was motivated by a young childhood. And what I mean by that is, if you have a horrible childhood, there's a 99.9% chance that your young adulthood will probably be the same, if not worse. And if you make it into the real adult world, it will probably just get even worse, unless of course you turn a cheek. And that is something that both Jasmine Bath and Theresa Beyer did. Now, in Theresa Beyer's biography, she was quote unquote raised by a single mother, or should I say a woman who was only legally her mother. And I don't say that as a tongue-in-cheek statement. I really mean it, because anyone who is a parent and who just plainly abuses their children, either psychologically or physically, you're not a parent, because a real parent would never even consider doing that for any reason. I know that there is capital punishment, but that's a whole different story. And in her now, of course, this is a biography. It's not just a book. Now, in her biography, she explains that she did not have a lot of recourse. Like where she couldn't go to certain places, and one great example of that would be school. She was constantly bullied at school, and of course, once you leave school, you have to go home, and who's waiting for you at home? Well, just another bully, only this time the bully's name is Mom, which should never happen. And as she goes into her young adulthood, she gets thrown, in her teenage years or her early teenage years, she gets thrown into foster care. And as the time goes on, she gets into trouble with the law by taking her horrible life out on others, which is not excusable, but it is reasonable. It's understanding. And then when a lot of things get too unbearable for her, and when push came to shove, she does consider suicide. Now, of course, she didn't. Now, I don't think that I would reveal any spoilers, because it is quite obvious that she does not commit suicide, because she lived to write about her life. But what motivates her to live on? What stops her from killing herself? Well, I'm going to stop right there so that all of you can read this huge mental journey. And like Jasmine Bath's book, this book could help a lot of people who unfortunately are not living a really great life, or who lived a horrible childhood and right now they're probably in recovery of trying to find a way out of a life that no one should have to live. And hopefully, this would be a good therapy session for them, because once she starts to turn a cheek, it's quite remarkable, because she uses her pain almost as her motivation to want to change. And although that may seem like an easy task, it is quite challenging, because when you feel the pain, it's it's hard. I mean, you know that you want to overcome that pain, but once you get used to that pain, it's hard to escape, because it's almost like your comfort zone. And of course, this book it just isn't. And now, of course, this book wouldn't be is not only for people who are going through a horrible time. I think that this book is for everybody, because I think this book will make you appreciate life even more. So yeah, it will just make you realize that when you think you have it hard, and when you read this book or any book that is similar, you'll realize that hey, it's not so bad. But if you are, or if you are in the process of recovering, this is a good therapy session. So you can get this book anywhere, and I hope to see you all at the bookstore or the iBookstore.